tomorrow's match against Australia?
Excited is probably the word that best describes this group. We had a very, very light training today. In fact, no one trained, to be fair. We felt that we've got enough cricket under our belts, not only in this World Cup, but certainly over a big summer of cricket. And if we're not going to be ready, what's one more training going to do? So the girls are in a really good headspace. Everyone is obviously really united after the performance yesterday against Bangladesh. We were put on the ropes a little bit, so to fight back from that. And today it's about rest, recovery, and looking ahead to a big game tomorrow.
Is there anything the batting group's going to discuss after yesterday's game against Bangladesh?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting one. We probably spent a couple of minutes talking about the performance yesterday, and look, we were really disappointed with how we batted, but in fairness, Australia's a completely different beast to what Bangladesh, what India and Sri Lanka all provide in terms of their spinners in particular, and how they bowl and how they go about it. The wicket as well is hopefully going to be slightly different tomorrow, which might prove a difference as well. So look, we certainly want to touch on what happened yesterday because we can't ignore it, but we're certainly really excited, as I say, to come up against an Australian side that we've played a lot of cricket not only against but alongside a lot of their players as well.
I said that yesterday wasn't ideal, but you got there. What do you think that second innings performance shows about your team's resilience and their determination to get over the line?
Absolutely, as you described, that resilience and then the desperation as well. I think it showed a lot of spirit from the girls. I think maybe in the past we might have folded and let that game slip away. I think most times when you only score 90, you probably don't give yourselves much of a chance, but certainly at the halftime break, I know Bob came into the change rooms with the full team and was full of confidence and really gave us a lot of belief as players and said to park what had happened in the first innings and to move on, and that certainly gave the group a real focus as to what we needed to do, and it was really clear what we needed to bowl them out to win the game, and I thought our plans were excellent. I thought the bowlers were fantastic, and it was really backed up well in the field.
As you said, the bowlers were fantastic. Can you tell us a little bit about the impact Jacob has had as bowling coach?
Yeah, Jake's been awesome for us. He's obviously been involved now for a couple of years and has really sort of stepped up, I think, especially with Bob there as well. He's sort of really, I guess, put a bit more responsibility on his shoulders, and he's definitely stepped up. I think he's got so much knowledge, not only from his playing days, but also his coaching as well. And he's grown as a coach too, which is cool to see as a player. And having been working alongside him now for a number of years, he certainly has stepped up. But he keeps things really simple, which I think is really important. I think sometimes we can get a bit carried away in cricket and complicating things with technique, tactics and things like that. At the end of the day, a good ball, top of off, hard length is a good ball to anyone. It doesn't really matter who you are. So certainly keeping things simple and working on our bowlers' strengths. And as we've seen so far this tournament, I thought our bowlers have been on the money.
You talked about the team being full of confidence, and someone who always looks like she's brimming is Amelia. What would you say is her biggest strength, and could you see her as a future leader of the side one day?
Oh, 100%. She's already a leader within this group. I think she's a very calm head for someone so young. I know she's been playing international cricket for a while now and domestic cricket for feels about 10 years, but yeah, look, she's really confident in her own ability, and I think when you've done the preparation as well, it's all good having the talent, but I know how hard Amelia works off the field, and I think that brings a different level of confidence for her, is that she can go onto the park and she knows her skills, whether it's with the bat or the ball, and most impressively with me, I've found with Amelia is her fielding. She's really stepped up the last 12 months and has worked hard on that. So having a player like her in the side who can turn the ball both ways, beat the bat and know her game inside out, I think it's really exciting, because as a captain it's great, I just chuck her the ball and say, well, what do you want to do? And she'll just go bang, 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 and that's my job done, and it's up to her to execute and me just giving her that backing. So you've got players like that in your side, it certainly makes my job easier.
Playing 3 matches in 5 days, is that an advantage or a disadvantage, do you think?
I think it's been a massive advantage for us, and the fact that we've all played at Junction over the last 2 games as well, I think that gives us a huge amount of knowledge about the pitch. I know it might be potentially a new wicket come tomorrow, but I think certainly knowing the conditions, being familiar with the facilities and the environment certainly helps with us. And I think it's great. You don't have much time to dwell on things. We've obviously played 2 games now and looking forward to the 3rd, and we're just really excited to get into it. I think what's going to be is going to be. We've done all the preparation, we've done all the hard work now. It's just about getting out there and enjoying ourselves.
It just seems like Australia and New Zealand know each other so well now with the WBBL, and you guys play each other so often.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's what's going to make this competition and I guess this game so exciting, is because you do know each other so well that there are no secrets really. And I mean, it's the same with any team. There's so much footage and stuff out there now that you can't really hide your weaknesses too much. It's about how you exploit those weaknesses and the plans and how you can execute them. I think it's a really important thing, and I've been really impressed, like I said, with our bowlers have really executed plans well. I think if we can restrict Australia's batters and put them under the pump, we've seen India have done it, and we saw Sri Lanka as well, really put them under it. But we know the class that Australia bring, and the depth is obviously something that's widely spoken about with their batting order. So we know that you can't just take 2 or 3 wickets, you need to bowl them out to really put the pressure on. And likewise, we've got the bowling unit to do it, but our batters as well. I know we probably haven't scored the amount of runs that we would have liked, but I think overall this tournament, I think run rates, strike rates have been well down on what we've seen in the Big Bash, which, you know, whether that's disappointing or not, it's just the fact of how this competition's been played at the moment. So, yeah, look, we're just pumped.
And with Hayley Gibson, she's been really impressive at the depth. How have you seen her growth from being a player who dropped out of the New Zealand side to coming back and being a staple of the team?
Yeah, I think it shows a lot about Hayley's character as well, obviously sort of being in and out of the program for a couple of years now, but she's, again, another one that's worked particularly hard on her game and all facets as well, and giving her a bit more responsibility as well. She's stepped up brilliantly. I think this tournament she certainly has been the pick of our seam bowlers, and just keeping things simple. I think the thing with Geno is just keeping things simple, and again, we make cricket pretty complicated sometimes. For a player like her, bowling stump to stump, letting her do her thing, what she's so good at has been really effective.
I think part of that has also just been the fact she's lived in Australia, she's played over here so much, she's been a big part of Big Bash too.
Yeah, I think it certainly has probably played a part in that. She's obviously spent a bit of time in Melbourne, played for the Renegades, is really familiar with the conditions. Obviously, I think she actually played at this club when she was here, so she is, again, and that brings a different level of confidence too when you know the environment, you know the players. I think it helps a player almost settle the nerves a little bit.
Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you.